like it, gentlemen. Oh, that's a wonder. Let's get those guns firing, sir. Oh, that's a more like it. Look at this, they're giving a real good peppering here, my goodness me. Maybe this is going to be a down and dirty fight here. Greetings and welcome to episode 53 of my Empire Total War Darth mod Knights of St. John campaign. This, my friends, is how we left it last time, where we are now besieging New York. We've taken Boston, my friends. Boston has now fallen. That is a wonderful, wonderful sort of stepping stone here to take in the major cities, the major towns of the 13 colonies. Now, many of the council have recommended we continue the push here because we all know that eventually we're going to be seeing the Dutch probably taking quite an exception to our sort of increased power, as it were. But it's absolutely vital that we get our economy and also our production facilities up to scratch here, because the Russians will only keep the Dutch at bay, busy for a while. We have to be prepared for what is to come here. Now, of course, as I've stated many times before, we've pretty much brought every possible force we can spare here to the 13 colonies. It was pretty much a rushed operation, not one that was planned particularly over years. It was something we just sort of, I proposed to the council said, "Man, do it, go for it." We've done it, my friends. But at the moment, touch wood, everything seems to be going, well, as best as it possibly can, considering how sort of rushed the operation was to start with. But we've taken Boston, that's the first stepping stone, and actually the population is quite pleased with that we've got no major resistance at all. New York might be different, Philadelphia might be different, but as you can see here, we're up against a fairly powerful colonies force here, not by any means at full strength. As you can see here, these armies, we're probably seeing attrition here. We're probably seeing many of the men deserting the 13 colonies, probably because they can't afford to keep the armies in line. But they've got a reserve force here, which is in a little bit better state, but again, not brilliant. Of course, the Marines have not run at all. They have stayed, and they have fared very well. That's going to be the toughest, probably the toughest regiment we're going to face. But I don't think anything else is going to bother us in terms of that. Now, we're going to take, of course, we've moved into New York. We can take New York as well. We've sort of got that sort of, we then link Boston and New York together, as it were. We've got that connection there. That roads will then become ours with this bridge here. We'll actually control two bridges here, which is sort of tactical and strategically very important indeed. It really is going to be quite a bridge. We've also got here, as you can see, up north here in Canada, we've got our Mughal allies here, but down south we've got the Dutch. They're moving, they're slowly but inexorably moving through sort of the deep south, as it were. We've got to be careful what we're doing here. We've got to do this as we can, so we're going to pretty much take every city straight off the march. We cannot afford to sort of wait 3 or 4 sort of years, as it were, months, as it were, just for these sieges to come to an end. We've got to assault, we've got to take these towns, these cities, straight off the march, because if the Dutch decide they want a piece of this 13 colonies, if they've got their eye on the 13 colonies, the chances are they're going to come for us to take it. So we've got to be prepared for that. So, as you can see here, we've got a wonderful army here. But I mean, look at the cannon. The cannon is exceptional here, it really is, especially the howitzers. We've got a wonderful array of guards. We've got some company of infantry, and they've done exceptionally well. We've also got grenadier guards, but also fusiliers. So that's excellent to see as well. As you can see, so we're very well equipped here. We've also got a reserve force here, an exceptionally well experienced reserve force. I think what we will do is we'll just put the cuirassiers in first. I think having the cavalry coming in is just what we're asking for. Followed, I think, then by the grenadiers, which again are very experienced. Followed by the Royal Cairo infantry, who are an exceptional unit. They really are. I think we're bringing our more experienced line infantry then, just to make sure we've got everything here ready to go. That's more like it. There it is. And let's just make sure we've got everything. Yep. Let's just swap that out there. That's more like it. Look at that. That's a wonder. Everything as it should be. We're going to take this fight, my friends, straight off the margin. We've got to break New York, bring it under our control. Then we can focus on Philadelphia. Let's begin. What a battle this will be. What a battle this will be. Just in case any of you might notice maybe some different coloration here on what normally would be. I've got a new monitor, my friends. I bought a new monitor, larger monitor, 4K monitor as well, which I haven't had before, so I'm really looking forward to having it. Probably might move up to maybe not 4K, but just below 4K. Might start recording that, just see what it's like. But if you do notice any differences, my friends, or if something's not quite right, please let me know. I'll try and adjust it as best I can. Now, we've got... Oh, look at that there. What a wonder that would be. Imagine putting... Wait a minute. Have they sallied forth here? Because, of course, there's no defences. And there's New York in the distance. Oh, wait a minute. We could put the guns up here and absolutely blitz them. Look at this mountain here. It is effectively a large hill. Not a mountain. That's a mountain. But this is a hill, a wonderful hill. This could be perfect for us here. But look at this, man. It's absolutely freezing here, gentlemen. Absolutely freezing. In the depths of cold here. Of winter even. But let's set our cavalry here. We've got the 15th and 32nd Cuirassiers. I think we might look at the gun. Look at the guns we've got here. But we don't... Wait a minute. We don't know where the reinforcements are coming in from. They'll come immediately as soon as the battle starts. So we've got to go in a firm defensive formation. I think we'll stick where we are here. We've got this small hillock, as it were, here, which we might use as a sort of our sort of anchor on this defensive line here. Let's just put these gentlemen further afield, just out of the harm's way here, so we can properly set ourselves up. What we'll do, we'll use the cavalry as a sort of a flank defence. We don't know where those reinforcements are coming in from. It's from a different angle, possibly behind us. This is why we've got to be careful here, my friends. Real careful here. Now, let's just set them up here. Maybe on the crest of this hill here. We need maximum range. We might therefore... Actually, we'll just put them slightly behind you. We need to give ourselves a little bit more room. Perfect, look at that. The wolves are out in full force today now. We might put these in the line. Because remember, that's a deployment zone. The deployment zone is incredibly small in terms of the length, but depth-wise it's huge. But look at that, we've got a good arc of fire here, deep into their sort of deployment zone. But we've got to be careful here, very wary here of what's happening. We'll pull the cavalry just back. I think we'll keep them on defence, very much on defence, the cavalry. We don't know what, because that force coming behind us will be a fairly powerful one. We don't want to be caught on the hop there. We'll put the general here. And we'll also, I think we'll anchor it with the 12th Grenadier Regiment, Grenadier Guards, yeah. I think we'll anchor it here. And we'll also put one of these 24-pounders here. Just when you drop, look at that, perfect. And I wonder if shrapnel shot will do what it needs to do here. Let's have a quick look. That's the arc there. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. That's a good arc of fire. We've good shrapnel shot is brutal. We might just set them up either side of the Grenadiers here, a real strong defensive line. Perfect. So that means we've then got, effectively, this whole sort of flank here, and most of the centre covered. But also we've got... Wait a minute. Mala, for goodness sake, sir. Get a grip of yourself. It's more like it. Oh, quick line. Thank you. Oh, let's just see where the quick line will land. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Again, covering a good flank. Luckily that this sort of small hamlet, this village here, prevents them from sort of moving in here. So the arc of fire we've got will probably cover where they're going to move from. Look at that hill up there, or that mountain up there. That's a wonder. But we've got the reinforcements are the ones that concern me. The main army we're going to face, apart from the Marines, not really something I'm concerned about in terms of what we can manage, but it's just what the attackers are going to be here. Let's just set our Fusiliers up here. Now, they do have... We'll deploy some stakes, I think, across here. What we might do is deploy some stakes across these gentlemen to protect this here, and then move them into position. No, because we know they're going to get killed then, aren't they? I think, man, for goodness sake, man. We'll set them here, we'll set some stakes up here to defend that flank. I'd like to attack, I'll try and attack at least. I think we'll put the 79th Regiment here on the left. Let's just make sure it's absolutely, this flank is sealed off here. That's more like it. Look at that. It's a very strong defence here. Let's put the 80th Regiment, because more chance we're going to get more attack from this centre, from the right, as it were. Our right, their left. Perfect. I think we'll then deploy 2 regiments, 8th and 9th Foot Guards. Again on the right, just to make sure we're covered here. What we might just do then, I think that's us pretty well covered here, to be honest with you. That's a good defensive line. We might just put one more line of guards here. Oh, look at that, and they can hide as well. That's a wonder. And look at the guards here. Look at that. That is magnificent. Now, we've got 2 regiments here of guards, which we might just hold back because of the reinforcements. They do concern me here, so we'll just put them here for the meantime. We'll put them off fire at will, just so they can be... And we'll also keep the cavalry back here. We'll keep the cavalry slightly divided here, just to make sure we got ourselves covered. Again, preparing, hoping for the best, preparing for the worst. Okay, here as well, because I've just got a feeling they might come from one of the flanks or attack us from behind. That's why we've got this ready here. I think we're ready now for the main fight. It's going to be a brutal fight. I think we're ready here now. We've got everything. Everybody's ready. Yes. Our line is extending. We've also got some defences here. Let's begin. Look at that. Come on, gentlemen. Oh, look at that. Good grief. I mean, that is brutal. They've gone. They've gone. We've actually vanquished the artillery's gone. That's a wonder. Marines. We've got to target the Marines. We'll wait now. We've just got a bit of patience. A bit of patience here. Then the shrapnel shot will come into its own. I've got to wait. Watch out for their reinforcements. Discipline, my friends. Discipline. Be absolutely vital here. Steady, lads, now steady. Look at this. Looks like, oh, look at that. That was a wonder. I mean, they were completely eviscerated. There was nothing left of them at all. There we go. Got to take, if we can take those Marines, the rest should fall not easily. That would be that's me underestimating them. But look at that! Good grief! They're almost in touching zone here. Oh, the shrapnel shot. This will be brutal. Look at that. My goodness me, they're walking to their doom. Look here, watch now. Here we go. Come on, gentlemen. Come on, there it is. Absolutely eviscerated. Oh, good grief. That was a wonderful shot. They've been absolutely butchered here. I kid you not, my friends. This is I mean, they've got to walk all the way down this slope here to get to us. By the time they get there, I think that most of them will be gone. I don't think that's an exaggeration. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my goodness me, look at that. Wow, now that is the display of firepower par excellence. It really is. Oh my goodness. Now they're running. They're thinking, yep, we've had enough of this now. Look at that. We haven't even moved an inch. And they've already gone. The Marines have been completely destroyed. Where's the reinforcements? Where are those reinforcements? Is that the reinforcements here? This is very strange indeed. Wait a minute. Get ready, gentlemen. Get ready to fire. Canister shot. Let's move them back here just so we don't get hit by the canister shot. Excuse me, gentlemen. Thank you. Oh, they've gone. They've gone. They've had enough. Oh. What, I've not seen that in many a day. I mean, that was an obliteration. Can we now move out? We can probably safely move these gentlemen out here. Where the reinforcements? That's what I don't know. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a wonderful shot, sir. There it is. There's the reinforcements. There's the reinforcements, as we suspected. Let's get in there, gentlemen. Don't let them reload. Don't let them reload. Got it. Gonna bring all our cavalry in now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the blazes? They've gone. Should have kept my eyes open there. Should have kept my eyes open. But they're okay. They're all right. Come on, gentlemen, back on the guns. What the blazes? In there, lads. Time to deal with this. Time to deal with them. They've gone. They've been absolutely vanquished. Come on, shatter them, gentlemen. Shatter them. Let's move. Let's get some firepower down here, some fire support. Oh, look at that. Steady, my lads, steady, wait. Wait for the order, wait for the order. That's a one shot. We've got them. We've sealed off this flank here. Let them come towards us now. Try and drag them out of place here if we can. We're going to lead them into this hill. We've got to be careful here of that. We'll just shift one of these over to this flank here. We've still got the general's bodyguard over there. We've got to be careful what we're doing here. Move these gentlemen into place too. Steady, lads, steady now. Wait for the order, lads, wait for the order. Look at that. That is a wonder. Goodness me. Let's get them. We've got them. Oh. Look at that. What a flank that was, my goodness me. straight out of the trees here, straight into them. Wait a minute. Where the blazes are they going? We'll have to go get them. Deal with that general then. We've got to break this second army in here. It was their most powerful. No, please destroy, please, gentlemen, if you would. Thank you very much. Yeah, they've gone. And now it's time for us to deal with the general. Come on, gentlemen. Native bowman. Got to deal with those native bowmen because they can be a real menace. It should be about here by now. The rest of these forces can deal with the general. He's quite clearly gonna stand around doing nothing here, trying to avoid us if possible. His defeat is inevitable. Let's find this bowman. Well done, lads. Well done. What a battle that was. That was a wonder. Look at this. Even when they came through here, the stakes were ready for them. A little bit of a tussle here, which we did miss. There it is. There it is. Into them. Keep going, lads. They're gone. Look at that. That was an absolute... the total evisceration of their army. The 13 colonies have just been absolutely torn to shreds here. I think it's because we've got such veteran troops who've seen so many battles in Europe. As soon as we shifted our weight to the north, to the New World, to North America, the experience they've gained has just been absolutely wonderful to use. It really has. This to an end to this, and also an end to the general here. Do not let him escape. I think that is it then. I think, yes, we've dealt with everything then. The gentleman is still here, which we will probably send just someone just to see him off, because he just seems to be sat there, hands behind his back, no cares in the world. Go on, put them to the sword now. That's a wonder. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where the blazes did they come from? That auxiliary seal. Wow. What? We did not expect. That's why he was up here, waiting, because he had all of these gentlemen here guarding him. Wow. Did not see that at all. Totally, because they've had all this to hide in. See all this long grass. But I think... Mind you, the native Indians are wonderful. Gentlemen, this is not a Sunday stroll. Move it. Are a wonderful hand-to-hand fighters. They really are exceptional. Come on now. Come on now. They've broken. They've gone. Into the mats. Into them. Our Cuirassiers are going to go. Got the general. He's gone. Eamon Bell. Gone. Look at that, just saved at the last there. What a wonder. The Cuirassiers have done an exemplary job here, they really have. That's a wonder. Yes. What a fight that was. Just have a quick beverage, some water. Sparkling, no less. Let no one tell you I don't live a life of luxury, my friends. Look at that. Look at the Cuirassiers. The top 4 here are all Cuirassiers. Look at this. What a wonder. 207. We lost 25 though. Only lost 1 there. But look at this. This is exceptional. £24. Look at that. They did a wonderful job. Howitzers never seem to get the credit they due here. I don't know what that is, but Grenadier Guards did their bit as well. The guards up here as well. Fusiliers, they did a wonderful job too. But that was a wonderful fight. Have we taken? Yes, of course. New York is now ours. Wonderful. Look at that. They don't mind the populace. Yep. Come on in. Don't worry about that now. Excellent. So we're going to replenish that there. We're also going to replenish this army here.
Signore.
I'm not quite sure. When did these get pulled in? Oh, of course they were already damaged beforehand, weren't they? Now, as I was saying, my friend, here is the Dutch here. Look at that. Cherokee, Kentucky, Georgia. Here as well, Louisiana. Excuse me, my friends. All Dutch here, so we've got to be very careful what we're doing here. But luckily, we've got the Mughal Empire that are surrounding us at the moment. Let's just quickly see what the... Now, I think one of the... They're allied. Now, what the council did bring this forward to me here, that the Sweden and the Dutch are allied, and that's why the Swedes have got central sort of Europe here. They didn't take it. They were given it by the Dutch because they're allies with them. But they're also allies with the Mughal Empire, so we're not going to get any assistance at all from the Mughals. They are, of course, going to take the side of the Dutch here. That's just seems to be the way, but that they are very powerful here indeed, the Mughal Empire. We've got to be careful here. They don't turn upon us to aid the Dutch. That's going to be the real problem there for us. And we do have this under our control here. As you can see, we've also got Philadelphia, which is our next target, and this is going to be a much tougher fight here. We're already we're waiting for this army to come to full strength. What we might do is pull this army away to join here, although it is not in the best of health here in terms of its casualties. I might pull this army back here, over here, just to aid. That's a night march there. Again, we'll just take them off here, so that we don't, so they can replenish. What we are going to do with Philadelphia is wait for some of these to replenish here. Now 2 years may not be enough to replenish all of them. Mind you, it's not. They haven't lost a great deal, so they should be up quite quickly. What we will do is we'll make sure that... Hang on, when... Oh, I think these got involved in a previous fight, didn't they? Or did they? Yes, he did. Yes, that's right. Because he didn't have many guns. That's right. But we'll just try and get as many of these gentlemen up and running, and then what we'll do, we'll attack Philadelphia. This is the absolute cream of the crop here. Philadelphia really is the absolute cornerstone of what we're after here. Boston is as well. Boston is a wonderful city, but Philadelphia, that's where we're really aiming for here. It hasn't been expanded as I thought it might have been. They do thankfully have cobbled roads, but we've got to be careful. Oh, look at that. I think we should invest here in these. That's an iron mine, isn't it? Yes, it is. 1,200, and it's steam pumped. Excellent. Now we're bringing all this under our control as well, so we should have that under control fairly quickly. We've got this here. We might keep that just for the time being. We outgun this force here, otherwise those ships would have been all over us. We've got Maine, and that's going to be a tough fight there for Maine, because that's still quite a formidable army they've got there. We'll wait for Maine. Maine is important, but not as important. Same with Arcadia. This is more for strategic, because it gives us within striking distance of our own Newfoundland here. So we're not just off the coast of Newfoundland here. We've got that. We've got the straits there under our control then, but that's Mughal Empire. Good grief, they've got a lot of money coming in and out of there. And we've got nothing coming out of here, of course, because the port. Of course, because the city's damaged, or probably because we've got this fleet here, I'd imagine, or probably because it hasn't been replenished here. The city's not in fine fettle. What about here? New York will soon be under our control as well. We've got nothing flowing here to inform the cities just yet. But again, patience is going to be key here. Do we have? We do indeed. We do have trade with them. We might get trade overland here, joining with the Mughal Empire at the moment. But the Mughals have got a lot of money going in out of there. We haven't got anything at the moment, probably because one of our trade lines probably been hit here. Look at that. Yeah, I imagine maybe it's because Boston has been hit pretty hard. Imagine the Mughals have got a lot of money. My goodness me. We do have money coming in and out of the Caribbean, but again, you've got the Dutch here, got the Dutch down in here. And we do control the vast majority of the trade lines down in the Caribbean. The main Caribbean trade lines we do control. But I think our next battle obviously is going to be Philadelphia. I think it's going to be a lot tougher, because it's going to draw in all of these forces here, including the defenders, who have 3 regiments of Marines, plenty of cannons, the absolute bane, which is the 8-inch mortars. But we've got our own. Look at this, even household cavalry here, and our own Marines. And also these forces, which have really been through the mill here, they really have. But look at the experience they've got now, and if we can get them up to a reasonable shape before the battle begins, because we've got 2 turns here, 2 years as it were here, 2 months should I say, before they come out against us. At this time I wouldn't mind that, because we've taken and are besieging the majority of their main cities here, so their money is almost, their economy is probably gone, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised. Unfortunately, we can't check at the moment, but I'd imagine their money is gone. $422, so there's nothing here. Oh, look at that, -3 here. I think they're in a lot of, yeah, but I know they're in a lot of trouble too. -2.98. 800, look at that, yeah, they're bankrupt. They're bankrupt. That's why their armies are in such tatters, and probably why the populace want to see us, because we do have a good amount of income. The quality of life will definitely improve in terms of the standards we're able to provide for them. Let's get everything up to speed here. Let's get everything up to spec here. That was a wonderful fight there. So Boston, New York are now under our control. Philadelphia is next, but the reason we haven't moved against Philadelphia is because we want these forces to be up and ready here, because I'd like to get these up to full strength. And if this army can deal with the majority of what is to come in the Battle of Philadelphia, I'd like to move these 2 armies then down into Maryland, and then maybe another army to deal with the rest of these armies that are loose around here, especially this army here, which could probably cause us the most problems. Chase down all our enemy forces, and as you can see here as well, and dispense with them all, and then move further down here, even into Carolinas, and we'll be then face to face, as it were, with the Dutch for, I think, anywhere, to be honest with you. I don't think we're in touching distance of the Dutch anywhere else, I don't believe, no. Oh, I beg your pardon, here. They have Naples here, and of course we've got this here as well, but we've got Tunis as well. But again, that is... We'd have to definitely increase our naval presence here, I think, as well. But again, that's why the Swedes have got this, because they're allied with the Dutch. So they're not going to take this off. The Dutch aren't going to come in and take this off them. I think... Whoa, wait a minute. Komi and Tatari have gone as well. Good grief. I think, my friends, that's where we're going to end this particular episode. I know it's been a fairly short episode compared to most, but I just wanted to sort of get Boston and New York under our control. I want to wait here for Philadelphia, so I think we're going to end this episode here. Do apologise for the shortness of this particular episode, my friends. I've got to prepare things for Monday, which is tomorrow. I'm recording this on Sunday now. Got some things to prepare, but what a campaign this is turning out to be. I mean, look at the size of this. The Dutch are just extraordinary. I've never seen anything like it, but, you know, the battle against the Dutch is going to be something I don't think we've ever faced in any campaign before. And I know that our sort of resources are more stretched out here. As you can see here, we've got, you know, Madrid is under our control. I wouldn't mind to take, Tangier is under our control. I want to take Gibraltar. Who are Venice allied with? Austria and Spain. So if we moved against these, it might put Spain against us there. I don't really want to do, because Spain is sort of the buffer, the bulk walk, as it were. The bulk walk against the Dutch, who are just... Look at that. They're not putting any sort of... They've got no problems putting out some... Look at that. Dutch Marines. Look, Blue Guard, which are easily some of the finest, one of the finest regiments in the entire campaign. And that's no exaggeration, my friends. It really is. The Blue Guards, except look at that, Marines. Fusiliers, they got something. Why they got conscripts in here, I'm not sure, but the Dutch are not short of money, let's put it that way, and they're not short of military forces either. Look at this. Just loitering about here is exceptionally tough army group. That's an army group plus one other army. I can't even comprehend how much is around here. I think what we will do is we'll just send out a spy a little bit further inland here, further eastwards. Let's see what's going on. Nothing here of great renown, as it were, in here, but they don't really need it, do they? Let's be honest. The Swedes have got a formidable army here as well. And probably here we're going to send our forces eastwards here, or should I say our spies eastwards here. So we can just see what's going on. Now we've also got... Let's see what's in Moscow. There it is. But they haven't been replenished here. But these are the forces that captured Moscow. Again, not at full. These are not of the highest caliber. These forces, I think what it is, these are probably the forces they first recruited. And these are the gentlemen that have sort of effectively barreled their way through all the defence, and they haven't had time to retrofit them. As you can see, these are probably the first cannons, the first infantry regiments, the first cavalry the Dutch brought into existence, as it were. And so they look like they haven't been able to retrofit them. Oh, look at that. Yes, as you can see now, they're starting to bring up these up to full strength. So these armies are more up to date here. Maybe the cavalry isn't quite that, nor is the 4-inch mortar, but the rest are looking pretty good here. I mean, it looks like they're going to go for Archangel, which is just extraordinary. The speed and the power of the Dutch is quite frightening, to be honest with you. Look at that, they've split the Russian Empire in two. I mean, that is just exceptional. It really is. I've never seen anything like that before, ever. I just hope they don't go after the Ottomans, because the Ottomans, or they're allied with the Ottomans. Oh, that's good. That's excellent. Wait a minute. Oh yes, there it is. Here it is. So many of our allies are also the Dutch allies. Maybe that's why they haven't They haven't done anything against us, but I think once they've dealt with the Russians, I think they're going to turn their gaze towards us, and that's going to be a pretty brutal fight. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. Let me just send... I might just send... this agent back down this way, just see what's going on down here. Let's keep... Ooh, look at that. Now they're two powerful Russian forces. And they're at full strength. Look at this army, is very powerful indeed. Would they make a move against the Dutch, I wonder? Or maybe even take Crimea? That would be an absolute boon. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. I thank you all for your wonderful support, wonderful advice. As always, my friends, please keep your comments coming down below. Thank you all for your wonderful advice, your support, your tactics, and your very kind words as well, my friends. It really does mean a lot to me. But hope you have got a good week. Please be safe, my friends out there. But until next time, bye for now.